So yeah, I mean, um, I want anything, even when it's good or bad. I want the supernatural to happen. You know, I saw, I saw an amazing video. I showed it to my friend. It was really, really great crafted. It wasn't like movie supernatural. I mean, whoever made this made it really convincing. And then his answer was, well, if this happened like in the 50s, yeah, I could understand. But now with all the technology, that's a good point. How could you tell if the supernatural is real or faked? People say UFOs and aliens are in the sky, and it turns out it's drones. You know those drones? Those really cool looking drones are big. They put nice flashy lights around it. They come in all design and shapes. That was a UFO. It looked amazing. That was a UFO. And the UFOs are planes. That's what Area 51 is. There's no aliens. Somebody came out. It was just top secret planes. That was top secret planes. That's what it was. Just like that top secret plane that passed to the California, Los Angeles. People thought it was an alien UFO. Or that deer fetus that somebody looked. It was a fetus. Well, the deer wasn't fully had a baby. Looked like an alien. Looked freaky, disgusting. That wasn't an alien either. And that fungus that looked was an egg. Don't get me wrong. Could have been something like looked like an alien movie. That was natural. We're still discovering unknown stuff. We discovered the shark that glows in the dark. It glows in the dark. The freaking shark glows in the dark. It's stealth. You can't see it. So unless you're in the water and it glows in your lunch food. We keep on discovering bizarre animals, bizarre traits. We found a worm that impregnates itself. It sticks its own semen to its head to reproduce. I don't know if I get this out. We live in a weird world. And here's a really easy explanation of how no God could be. We live in a universe of different universes that have similar laws and different laws and forces. We just happen to be in one. That has also life in it. And that dark matter, dark disk, distinguished from the dinosaurs, is why we exist. So hold tight, folks. Strap on your seatbelts. It's about to get really interesting. So anti-technology is our savior. We know the hopes are going to come from the gods. And just think about it. Thousands of years from now, what we believe, or the people that believes in the gods, where we could travel through a cosmos with augmented minds to an infinite cosmos, upload our consciousness, that barbarian religions and belief in gods will be non-existent, outdated. So, hopefully it doesn't take 1,000 years for religion to die, but think about it. Think about way into the future. That's how science and technology is. We always advance into the future. You know? So, like I said, I wish there was the supernatural existed. I wish there was a God, whether good or bad. Some kind of evidence would be fucking awesome. And of course, aliens would be awesome too. We might find those later on. And we plan to build a warp drive, so one day we could cruise the cosmos. Alpha Centauri, we could get there, and they think there might be aliens there in 2 weeks with a warp drive. So hold on tight, folks. The technology and science is crazy. We could print freaking food and eat it. We don't have to cook. We could just print food in a printer. I mean, we are in the future. We are in the early stages of biotechnology and nanotechnology. And once we have robots to heal our whole body from any disease or virus, which will sound creepy to have little robots, but if you think about it, inside your body is bacteria that is actually trying to kill you. So if you have something that can prevent that, and just you have a whole alarm system for your body, and you can never get sick, have any virus or disease, because those suckers are repairing your body anytime. That, like if a god was to exist, if it existed, right, with all that power, boom. That's amazing. So yeah, immortality, resurrecting, the real resurrection of bringing people, our people back, everybody, the whole humans back to life in the future. um, Immortality, and people said don't play God. Well, there is no God, so there's no unethical ethical. We can be gods if we want, because there is no gods. I mean, we are going to be the gods. We are the gods. We are the ones to make the world a better place. That's the technology. I would, like I said, I would love to see it. I told my friend, you know, if there was like angels fighting in the air, I would capture that sucker on my phone, record that, and post it on YouTube in a flash. That would be fucking amazing. But we don't live in a supernatural world. Maybe, but I don't think a supernatural universe would even be possible, because that would just, if the supernatural universe is not here, and God's is not existent, there's no reason for him to be in another universe doing nothing, because we know how everything is explained by science and the cosmos, freaking pretty much everything. There's no need for a God to exist, not even in the multiverse. Even if there was to be a God, which would be ludicrous to believe, because what's he doing? There's no point. He's not doing anything. And if he's not doing anything, he's non-existent. And and not only that, he's not existent. There's no reason for him to do anything, and there's no reason to have him, because we are explaining everything, like Sean Carroll and Lawrence Krauss says, through science, universe from nothing. You have to understand science. Yes, nothing produces something. You have to understand it. That's why it's science. That's why it's very hard to explain. You have to study this. You have to listen to the real scientists. And you have to stay away from creation scientists, because they would do anything to defend their faith. They'll twist and distort the lies and facts of science to defend their faith. Atheist science, we just want the truth. And we know the supernatural is not possible, so there's nothing to distort or lie. Because, like I said, I wish there was a God. It would be amazing. So, stick with atheist scientists. That's why I say that. Because we have nothing to hide but the truth. Even if we have scientists, if there was a God, that would be the mind-blowing thing. We would like to know. Everybody would like to know. So, stay away from creation scientists, fake scientists, pseudoscientists. Stay with the real science, because that's going to help us. And what else to say about that? So yeah, be brave, man. Just be honest. Just say there is no God, because the time is now. And I think David Silverman's right. We have to just put our foot down. There is no God. And the way to back this up is you have to study a lot of science. Study the scientist. He's a scientist. Said the lectures. Be knowledgeable to defend that claim. And I think one of the strongest arguments is saying, and we could say now that the multiverse is more than a hypothesis now. It's even more credible. We live in a universe of many different universes that have different physical laws and forces, and have similar physical laws and forces. We just happen to live one that's habitable and livable. That destroys God right there, because that means there's different universes that can have similar laws and forces, or different laws and forces. We just happen to be one of them. That's probably very powerful for existence of non-God. Because the people always say, oh, the universe is fine-tuned. Is it really? When you throw the multiverse, that kills the fine-tuning. And it's really not as fine-tuned as you think. Plants living in cracks, mutations, bacteria, viruses that can kill us. The cosmos can fucking kill us. Asteroids, comets. what is it? 99% of the Earth is not habitable to all life or organisms. So just be honest. So, supernatural doesn't exist. I wish it did. Oh well. I guess just enjoy your movies with the supernatural. Enjoy your horror movies. You know. Yes, people are deluded with the supernatural. They think they're possessed. Like as Marta Leone says, you have people that actual were, they claim they were talking to aliens. They claim they were visited. They claim they were abducted. And they have like cases on this. And it's still false. That's so crazy. It's like the belief of the religion. It's such a powerful delusion. It can make you think crazy stuff. It can make you do crazy stuff. Whether religion or other crazy supernatural beliefs. Or belief of aliens. So there's no aliens yet. But I think in our lifetime, we will find them. I think that it probably maybe could look like us. People have some different theories of how aliens would be. Some people think it could look like us, just a little different. So in other words, we're like the first species. Some people think it could be like robotic. Some people think it could be totally different than us. And some people think it can have a like different. We have protein and DNA. It can have like different protein and DNA. So it's just a matter of time. And besides, we are arrogant to believe, like Michikaka says, that they'll just come down and visit us and give us super technology. You know, they're not gonna come down. What for? We're like ants to them. Primitive. You know, they're up there and they're building space factories, whatever the hell they're doing, making more humans into a machine. Maybe that's how we came to be about. Or maybe it was a little help from them, if you call that intelligent design, the aliens. Or maybe it was no help from intelligent design. Maybe it was just everything evolved. Like everything evolved. Like the cosmos evolved, evolution evolved, everything just evolved. And that's reality, folks. Whether we live in a fake reality or the real reality. Whether we're in the Matrix or not. It's as real as it gets. We can all die. And like I said, if it's a super beings creating these simulations, it's as real as you can get. It's more real than a virtual reality. It's more real than any video game because it is a reality, maybe a false reality, but you can die, and we bleed, we hurt. So it has to be some kind of amazing simulation, if that's what it is. Like I said, it doesn't matter. Like Lauren Scott says, whether we live in a matrix or not. We have to go by our reality we live in until we find there's another reality. And Dr. James Gates found there was code. The universe has code, computer code, inside the fabric of the universe. So yeah, simulation is possible. Somebody is out there programming it. Perhaps another alien. That's kind of funny. Somebody said the programmer's God, and I said, okay, what's the virus? Satan. So, you know, which is ludicrous to believe. There's no reason to believe that God because everything in science has been explained without a God, and there's no reason to put a God in there. It just doesn't fit. Whether it's a deist God, a theist God, whatever God, billions of gods. So you have to just put your foot there. There is no God. Because there just is no God. And even if, you know, whether immaterial, material. And the funny thing is that you have some believers that God is immaterial. Well, if God is immaterial, how can he judge you if he's immaterial? He would have to be material. They kind of contradict themselves, you know, to defend their faith. So either God is material, so you can see him and judge you when he died, or he's immaterial, but then he can't judge you, and then the whole thing, if he's immaterial, the heaven and hell is false, because he can't judge you, he can't talk to you. He's immaterial. So let's get real, folks. There's just no God. So, you know, just enjoy your life, man. Peace out. I'm out.